Oh, hello. This will most likely be the last video of 2018 on the channel. So this is basically a week before the holiday season and Christmas and everything and around New Year's, and I usually don't do videos around then. I usually have blooper videos and stuff, but I really didn't have any bloopers or anything. I thought that this would be a little bit better. I asked a couple questions on Instagram and YouTube community, and kind of they were all the same. So I figured I'd throw in some 2018 recap real quick, questions, and some predictions, because that's what you guys and girls wanted to hear, among some other things. So let's tie it in. Let's end the year right. The last Q&A 2018. One specific question I kept getting is about an Olympus camera that's rumored to come next year or in 2020. Well, funny enough, actually, I mean, I don't know anything per se. There are rumors out about it, but I do know one or two things that might help solidify this. And it's a camera that's most likely going to come out February, most likely, of 2019. And that is the rumored Olympus EM1X. Now, this is the Olympus big boy, this supposed $3,000 beast that's supposed to take on the Sony A9, the Canon 1DX, 1DX Mark II, Nikon D5, etc., and really target that line. Now, it's going to be an interesting one because it is still going to be Micro Four Thirds, but it's going to have the unibody design, a bit bigger design that kind of counteracts the mirrorless thing for, especially in that regards, and it's going to have the whole body right there. So this is rumored to be high speed at 18 frames per second, which easily works for sports and anything fashion need to capture. 20 megapixels, this artificial AI AF system, which can like determine if someone's wearing like a helmet and and moving, and really just kind of configure the autofocus points to shape to whatever it needs. I don't know if we really need that, but that being said, that is what's being rumored. 4K video at 60 frames per second. If I see 120 FPS, a lot of people will absolutely lose their minds. And with this pixel shift capability, kind of the same stuff that you see in the Pentax cameras as well, you'll most likely see in this Olympus one as here, and some bigger, larger EVF. Now, where this Olympus would fit in is interesting because it still would be Micro Four Thirds at a very inflated price from the 4/3 market, something Olympus really hasn't done, around that $3,000 mark. Now, mind you, the Sony A9, it's up there, it's over $4,000. Then you got $5,000, $6,000 with the 1DX, and like the D5 and everything. So it would pinch itself an interesting part, but it's just hard to figure out if someone who's in Olympus would really want something like that. But maybe if you're in the line, you're into the lenses, maybe it's something you're interested in. But I would want to hear that from you guys and girls. If you're into Olympus and you've been wanting something more native, would this be a good option for you? And the reason I feel like this is kind of true is because I basically kind of know, and I'm not invited or anything, there's basically an event in January, I believe, for Olympus. Now, I don't know if it's for this, a lens, or anything else, but maybe you could connect the dots on that one. There's an event that others are going to be on. Number 2, what is my favorite video that I made of the year? I think this is kind of easy one to pick because this is one of my first one that I really kind of had gone viral in a very long time. And it was something that was very fun, and it was essentially when I converted a Canon camera into a mirrorless camera right before the big Nikon and Canon announcements. So I took this old 10DF and basically ripped the mirror out. It's a broken camera, by the way. A lot of people thought I was destroying cameras and everything. It was a broken camera. Thought I had a lot of fun with it. I called it the new Nikon Z camera, but that was probably my favorite one. Or a close other one is when I made the video, a realistic video about me selling all my gear and really paring it down to something very minimal. There needs to be a lot more reality on YouTube. There are a lot of very realistic and non-clickbaity channels, but I felt like maybe that was a bigger connection I can have with a lot of people. And the responses I got from that video are absolutely phenomenal, and the support and everything throughout the year has been absolutely amazing. But the mirrorless hack video and that video are probably two of my favorites from the year. Number 3, what are some of your 2019 camera predictions? So I have a little list right here. Don't mind if I run them down, and I'll explain them a little bit. But there's a rumor that there's going to be a Canon EOS R with dual card slots, most likely. They probably should, with 5-axis image body stabilization. So if they do that with whatever their next R camera type is going to be, I think they'd be very, very successful. But hopefully that's not on this 80 megapixel rumored camera thing, because that's not really going to sell. So that's number one. And I think there's going to be this Olympus one. And I think the Sony A7S Mark III is going to come out this year. I think it's pretty obvious at that point. There's a lot of new video and sensor technology that Sony's been moving around recently. And I also think they delayed it a little bit. I think there were some issues because there was most likely an event or two that was kind of moved back. So I don't know, 100% know in that regards, but I have a feeling it was just kind of delayed this year, and that's going to be one of their big cameras for next year as well, 2019. The other is using this 60 to 80 megapixel Sony A9R. It's going to be this big resolution to really kind of maybe stack up to what Fuji's doing in the medium format. I don't know, but just some thoughts. I don't think Nikon's going to do much on the mirrorless market, but I think they're still going to touch their DSLR line. They're going to update the D5 to the D6, and they're probably going to come out with something like the D760. The D750 has gone way down in price. It's become very affordable. You're able to get the battery grips and everything for practically free whenever you buy the camera. And I think we're going to see that at least get a development announcement at CES 2019 as well. So maybe look that along the way too. We already know about the Ricoh GR3, which I think is just going to shock a lot of people, all depending on what the final product and price point is going to be. There are already a couple of first impression blogs, nothing really seen yet, about the camera, and these photographers, mainly street photographers, lifestyle photographers, really enjoy using the camera. It's very exciting to hear. The Ricoh GR2 is a beloved camera of all time, one that's pretty well known in the street photography genre in the world. Don't think there will be a Canon 90D. I think Canon isn't going to concentrate a lot on their prosumer DSLR line. They'll probably still put out the SL3s or the next Rebel or anything, because they still have to hit that market. But that being said, I don't think we're going to see a 90D this year. Hopefully I'm wrong with that. I know a lot of people holding on to a 70D or an 80D looking to move up and to get something a little bit more. But as we know, Canon is a really big proponent of kind of crippling their cameras a little bit. It's a business move, I understand, so hopefully I'm wrong there. So those are some of my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you expect to come out in 2019? And do you kind of agree with any of the ones that I said or guessed? And the last one I kind of have to breeze through because I already made a video on it. You probably haven't watched it. What was my favorite and worst camera of 2018? I recently just made that entire video, so I'm going to link that down below. Watch that. I covered the absolute worst, easily garbage camera almost ever made of 2018, honorable mentions, and then I ranked the top two, the best. The top two are pretty obvious from anything that was covered this year. That being said, watch that video below. So once again, this is going to be my last video of the year, and thank you so much for the support and the engagement this year. Every year, we basically grow and grow. We hit over 10 million views this year, and essentially over 4 years. It's a lot of support, and that's a lot of you guys, girls, really taking time out of your day to watch, and I do my best to interact. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for interacting, especially on like Instagram. A lot of us have connected more on there as well through stories and messaging. So it's very awesome to be able to connect with you guys and girls more, really develop more of a community, and to just hang out, talk to each other, have a little bit more fun in this niche. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but if anything, there'll be one little vlog about me shooting something that I wanted to. If that doesn't come out, I might wait till next year. But in that regards, everyone, have a happy New Year's, have a happy holidays, and a Merry Christmas. And I hope you're able to enjoy time with your friends and family. And seriously, take photos, take video, enjoy any time you can with the people that you can over the holidays, because it's a very important time and it's great to always be around friends and family. So do that, show love, show care. And once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support you've given me over the years. A lot of newer people this year in 2018 as well. And it's been great, and only hopes that we can grow. Hopefully have a little bit more plans to travel next year. A special project or two, one that I'm very excited about, most likely working with Ted Forbes on earlier next year. There'll be more to that to come. That's a very good, fun trip we might have. But that being said, it's been a fun year. Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's wrap up the video. Have a happy New Year's. See you in 2019.